and more max stacks on the early points. So these like 4-4-2 Timber builds that we saw, you can get Veil to amp it up because Spell amp just seems really good right now, right? Yeah. I think some of the reason we didn't see just like, I feel like that hero got banned against Damar every game, right?
Yeah.
He just never got a chance to play this, man. So at least post-patch. And you're confident on this hero, you almost always make noxious threat out of it somewhere in any patch.
And as you alluded to before, the great Shiva's hero as well. So
yes, that is, I think, the meta that is developing, at least within the series, and probably until that item gets changed. Just way too good on all these strength offlaners right now.
Lo and Tianming both coming out of the lane to try and challenge Tofu a little bit. They got a pull off, so they want to make sure Tofu doesn't manage to interrupt that at all. And
Gaimin took the Shadow Demon this time. I think that was a really impactful hero in that game 3. They're going to pick up a bit more scale for Tofu. I think he struggled on the gyro. That was probably the game that he had a harder time finding impact in those fights, right? And it can be tricky on that hero because gyro either just decimates you or he feels like he does nothing. Shadow Demon's way more reliable here. He can get the stacks going as well if Gaimin feel like they need to fall back on it for ace. Something else that Gaimin got outmatched in that game 3 on, right? The stacks got stolen, and Azure Ray just straight up had more. It's something else they might look into this game because they have the Luna lineup. So it'll be interesting to see if Tofu tries to match that or if he tries to just join the fights with Seleri on the Shadow Demon and do what Azure Ray did to them, except in this game 4, which is something Gaimin's very comfortable doing.
I'm also interested to see how well those disruption illusions fare against the Luna, because that has always been pretty good against Luna, but at the same time, I think there's a chance that that Luna shard comes into play, right? You get the glaives, you come back out, the glaives are doing damage, you target the illusions, they might not last very long.
And they did get nerfed a bit. They lost 25% of the damage, and it got added as flat. So in theory, it's better at the earlier stages of the mid game and worse in the late game. Like you're not getting as much of the base damage of the Luna. See if it comes into play, but it is something, again, that's why I'm looking at Tofu this game. Like if he steps up, I think Gaimin are gonna have a really nice time in the fights. The cleanse is also really good versus the Bat Rider and some of these other all, debuffs coming out.
Yeah.
This is a Luna strat that we saw Azure Ray play successfully earlier today as well. So they're going back to what's worked for them.
Oh, nice bump back there from Tianming. That was beautiful. That'll set up the first kill for Azure Ray in this game.
Just using the early level advantage. Level 3s to level 2s make it work with this level 2 Luna aura. This is why this hero's so strong, and it's why it's a difficult matchup for Timber. It's very hard to prevent that level 2 and level 3 trade not being favorable for the Luna. Full stick charges on low as well, so he's very comfortable right now. And this aura is going to be pretty nice in the mid game too. Primal Luna combinations, no joke. It's a global amp. Primal loves playing around with it. But like all these other games today, Gaimin are pulling slightly ahead in these lanes.
I think it'll be interesting for the Puck as well, right? Like Puck has always done a decent amount of right clicks in a lot of fights, but the new Puck, where a lot of people are building a lot more around these right clicks, whether it's Witchblade, we've seen some weird Maelstrom builds, but just in general, playing off of both the Shard and the Aghanim Scepter, you're getting a lot more hits out from this Puck than before.
That's very nice. Puck is one of those mid laners that does a deceptive amount of right click damage in any of the skirmishes he plays. XM's definitely going to benefit here, as that water rune grab from Quinn was very clutch because he would have lost both there. Dryacho getting run down. He's in trouble.
Ooh, missed out on the impale. XinQ couldn't quite get there in time.
Yeah, he still has Blood Grenade and Mind Flare early, so there's a lot of extra damage that can come out from the Nyx. Too far to connect there. Holding Cosmetic. Not pay to win.
No, he doesn't have the range that Lion does now with his impale.
We'll cancel this out.
Still struggles a little bit in that regard.
Extra region value. And I mean, this lane is going okay for both teams. Not great, but it's a tough early lane for Slark. This might not be as fast of a snowball game as we saw for the Slark earlier in Dryacho's hands. He was just getting stacks galore, right? Yeah. That was like turbo mode. We also have 2 carries that benefit from the nighttime vision, something both these teams are going to think about when the fights start breaking out and those carries want to join them. How do you set up the initiation for your team when both these carries can frontline and give sight of everything coming? It'll be a support rotation out of Azure Ray, the first ones to do it.
I like the fact that even if they knew he was coming, they got the successful scan on him, so they know he's back there. But I just like the idea that Azure Ray, we saw it in game 3, but they continue to do so now in game 4. It feels like they're playing a lot more preemptive and trying to counter Gaimin Gladiator's aggression.
I agree. I mean, that's the way you're going to beat any team in a grand final. You have to claim the victory. You cannot just play not to lose. So they're going to continue to try for this gank, and they get the pounce block.
Maybe they thought he still wasn't here, but the Frostbite intercepts on the onslaught, and that will prevent dryacho from going down. It was a close call.
Body blocks just weren't really there, and nice timing on the Dark Pact will secure dryacho a lot of XP up here. If he had died there, he would have lost double range plus a catapult wave. Get them a Lotus for their trouble, but so far, Gaimin surviving this 2v3 top. Some more freedom to Tofu, and it will be going to ruin a regen for XM, so it's 50-50. Welcome sight for him, for sure.
Yeah, it's got to be helpful in this matchup too. Swashbuckle does a healthy amount of damage to him, and he's throwing out mana constantly. So that could put him in a position, maybe he like spams out the wave, and then we'll see some sort of smoke or TP rotation. There's already aggressive ward though from Gaimin Gladiators here to the right that is looking for these kind of puck rotations. Right now it's going to see the Bat Rider.
A lot of symmetry. Both fours stacking Ancients into the Wisdom Rune at 7 minutes here. Well, both carries have had a pretty solid laning phase, Low getting the better of it, but he kind of got left out here too, right? So it gave a lot of space to Ace. Cruising towards that Bale Arcane Boots, very farmed on the Timber. But Low did out-level him, early killing the lane and just the solo XP. Put this Luna in a decent position. This is the other upside of this matchup. A lot of heroes don't want to sit against the Timber too long. Luna happy to leave and just go do Ancients or jungle at a very fast rate as long as she has the levels.
Sam dodges some of the damage, but that aggression is cover for Seleri to get the D ward.
And you need to control a lot of the vision on that, particularly around mid lane. No surprise.
Yeah, the only thing that they don't have is this ward Tianming has up here in the top lane. It sets up a rotation that dryacho can't really seem to get away from. Run over by the Primal Beast.
No Maiden to bail him out, and that'll give the D-Ward on mid off of XinQ, so the symmetry continues. But AR getting the better out of this top exchange.
Oh, he actually did a close range swashbuckle, so he could definitely take a lot more damage here. XinQ maybe thought XM was going to commit some more, but understandably, he wants the power move. Not going to get it, though. Denied by Seleri. Now caught in the frostbite. He throws out the coil, but it's a bit desperate. He's got an orb to go to. He'll be able to jump over to that, or he doesn't. He lets Quinn take the bait and roll with it.
Great turnaround potential here. They're going to TP in the Primal.
Oh, yeah, XXS TP's in the perfect spot. Grabs Quinn right out of the rolling boulder.
Nice plays in the river by Azure Ray here as they keep their puck alive, secure the Pangolier. I mean, if you get that damage amp, you're even happier about it, but you'll take it. Once more, keeping the levels low on the Gaimin supports, right? This is one of those matches where I think Azure Ray are happy to trade low support levels for low support levels.
Sure.
Like, as long as they get there at the same time. You get a fast demonic purge, fast maiden, start to win you the engagement.
Especially given the way the Gaimin Gladiators like to play. But you can see Gaimin are maybe slowing things down a little bit, recognizing that Azure Ray is trying to bring numbers to a lot of fights. They are focusing a lot more on stacking, which is the other MO of Gaimin Gladiators. Yep. The thing that they do the best. Among all the other teams, they've stacked the most camps at this tournament.
I wouldn't be surprised if they have stacked the most camps over the year. Well, part of that's they play the most games because we're in every finals, but like on average per game, guys love the efficiency.
Tianming trying to cut the wave and keep Ace from being able to take this tower too early. And he's probably giving up his life for this one. Yeah, he's going to land that chakram, but he does clear out the creep wave. Slow down the Timber Saw.
Still big pickup for Ace. That was before the Veil came out. He's now level 8. Highest net worth in the game. He's not going to need stacks here. He's just going to run at you. And all of that farm priority went into the Pangolier, helping Quinn catch up. Push towards that defusal, and they're looking for XXS up here. Has a little safety bubble, but I don't know how safe it is.
Yeah, they're going to use a rolling boulder to ensure a few stuns. Oh, we got stuck on the wall. This might give him a chance. XXS will take one more stun, then try and get off the onslaught, but the pounce holds him in place for a little bit too long. He has a chance. A window here. Oh, no, just for too long. dryacho, he looks to maybe a little bit more, but got caught in the coil. XM has a chance here with the orb lands. Dark Pact clears through the stun, and XM, now he's going to be perched up. He can't go anywhere.
This is
trouble. He's got a phase shift and an orb, but can't really use either. Gaimin Gladiators. This time, they read Azure Ray a lot better.
And that felt like the move that Azure Ray made last game, right? They make the first move on this offlaner, get the fight going with the numbers. Feels like so much of the series has just come down to who made the first move, who brings numbers to the engagement. XXS is not tanky enough to survive, even with the Veil and the bubble there. You don't have a Bat Rider 6. Seleri just did a tremendous amount of work in this fight. I think he got off 4 frostbites.
Yeah.
The extra levels reducing the cooldown did a lot of work there. And now you have access to your ultis. All 3 cores having a very solid game for Gaimin now, as Diffusal will come out for dryacho, and Quinn's is not far behind. That is just going to amp the pressure in these skirmishes. Looking for ace bottom off of Vendetta from XinQ. He's trying to get the reveal pop that you might not expect, but he needs damage follow-up, right? This is 1800 HP you got to get through, and
oh, but he runs into the sentry placed by Seleri with a high ground ward as well.
Really nice read here. Once more, supports making the plays that set this early game up. That's a big one. You want that first ult to go to work. Get the extra levels off it. That XinQ will get nothing but a trip to base. And that'll just free Ace up even more. A lot of damage off the table, and that ult's on cooldown. If you want to defend this, you need to bring the Primal in.
Yeah, this is one of the ways that Gaimin Gladiators really start getting some momentum, playing around Ace, having him get these kills, get these objectives. Gonna try and pull him into Low here, but I don't think Low wants too much to do with this. He's gonna play off of XinQ and XXS, and now that they're here, now they can start chasing down some of these heroes. dryacho's gonna play and get this kill, but he is gonna be caught in the middle of a lot of AoE damage. Not quite enough though. They turn back into the Timbersaw instead. Stunned up, Ace.
Oh, what a disruption.
Well timed as XXS had the grab, but now it's gonna be XXS who dies instead. And now it's gonna be Low in trouble as well. Quinn looks to run him down underneath this tier 2 tower. They're gonna dive for it. Ace gonna go for it, but Chakram doesn't quite land, but the Swashbuckle does. That's enough. Sure, they get the kill on the Timbersaw. XinQ looking for a little bit more. Anybody else to help him out? TP coming in from Tianming. dryacho's also here with full health again. Diffusal blade onto Tianming.
TP for what?
An extra kill, perhaps, and get out. Put himself on the cliff. Oh, the Impel maybe could have gotten him, but it gets it tofu instead.
And no vision of dryacho up there, so he is perfectly safe. I mean, XinQ got a lot out of that at the end. He gets to clean up some solo kills, but that fight did not connect for Azure Ray. And it's a fight that Low went to. He has no Eclipse. 2 points at beam. This is the farming Luna build. What is he doing there, right?
This is the part where you underestimate how aggressive dryacho is willing to be. He will stick around for these kills, always.
I mean, he clipped himself, but he makes it work. And that is all a very clutch disruption from Tofu. Yeah, like that changes the entire course of that fight. I'm pretty sure Timbersaw is going down there and run amok. Right now, this feels like the battle of the offlaners in the fight, and so far Ace is making his presence felt a lot more than XXS has been able to.
Put him up on the cliff again. Pounce lands there, but the Diffusal blade slowing him down. Maybe enough for Quinn. Take advantage. He does have a lasso. Well, I lied. Burned out of his mana. dryacho. Okay, wait a minute. Swashbuckle catches him in the end.
And the battle for this cliff, as he once more leaps up onto it. I don't know what the obsession with this cliff is, but
the funny part is no rewards up there now because he wasn't getting the regen, so weird times.
It'll be a smoke as the Shivas is completed off of all that fighting for AC is absolutely massive here. This is a 14-minute Shivas guard. More than happy to run into anybody.
Shivas gives XM a little bit of heads up, but he's not going to make it very far, particularly if the Frostbite holds him in place.
Another good move as they bring the numbers, and that's been the biggest story of this game. The numbers. Gaimin have just had an advantage in almost all these fights. The group up from Azure Ray has not been there. I feel like it's been a bunch of solo plays, right?
Yeah.
The look towards mid off the Vendetta. This should be a quick pickoff on Tofu.
Something that XinQ is getting quite a lot of. Tianming gonna make a run for it here off the Firefly. Not gonna go far though with Quinn sticking on top of him.
He missed the Carapace on the Shiva's guard.
I always find a way to gain.
See if he survives here. It's gonna be some decent base either way, but again, even just bringing the numbers, getting a rebuttal kill. Like, what's the trade-off while all this is happening? It's just low farming.
Yeah, this is not the worst amount of space as he could make a TP out successfully. dryacho even came in to try and sandwich him. Doesn't get there in time, though. 3,000 net worth lead, but it may be a very minor win for Azure Ray.
And once more, XinQ is making some plays out of nothing. I mean,
look at these rotations, man. Failed to get a kill bottom immediately. Full supports looking for a kill at top lane.
Low is up here, but I don't think he wants to try and bail his buddy out.
Be able to grab him, but the freezing field has already done so much. He's been burned out of a lot of his mana. Frostbite will stop him. Charging away.
Numbers, numbers, numbers. Gaimin just playing a lot faster on the map right now, and It's about dryacho getting involved over low. Dryacho's controlling vision, he's controlling lanes, whereas low is just been jungling, trying to get to the later levels on this Luna, where he can join the fight and have an impact. Can't blame him. This is the normal trajectory for the hero, but right now, the team is suffering. Not hold this map for much longer, as it'll be another invasion from and another ward. Yeah, they just dryacho's been on point with the vision control.
A little bit of ancient stack to take as well. All great things for Gaimin Gladiators. Now, whoever comes forward in this lane, they're going to be walking underneath the ward. XinQ is going to be able to de-ward it.
The big ward.
He actually continues to push forward. And that will probably be his doom, as Gaimin Gladiators have no problems diving tier 2 towers, that's for sure.
Can't even get the hit off.
Hey, good play though by Tianming. He gets out there and cuts the wave, so trying to stop them from taking more objectives, while Low is just playing entirely on Gaimin Gladiator's side of the map.
He's been up here for a while. In fact, he's probably telling Tianming, like, hey, buddy.
Yeah, don't draw attention to me.
Don't bring him to me, man. Like, I don't want any of this. I'm having a grand old time. They
spotted him. And Low doesn't realize it either. Did he just run into the tier 2 vision range?
Kill somebody here,
Low.
too.
I mean, if he gets the... they spotted him. Disruption gets him in the end. Now he's gonna maybe pop his Eclipse. He doesn't stop the freezing field, though, of Seleri. Can't see him, and he's not gonna get a kill out of this.
Just great map movement overall. Gaimin finding everything.
And of course, dryacho's looking for solo kills, and he's gonna find it too.
Yeah, this map is crumbling fast, right? This is what we saw from the Slark game earlier. The second you start losing the vision, you lose a pick off, your map crumbles really fast because dryacho just has a green light to go wherever he wants. And just frontline for himself at this point.
I can't help but feeling like, what changed for Azure Ray? Why are they so reluctant to take fights grouped up?
I think it's the cooldowns on their damage. They don't feel like they can kill heroes without the lasso, without a vendetta, and it's hurting them. Their damage on the other game was a lot lower CD. They felt a lot more comfortable making these fast plays. Right now, they're waiting for ults, and while they're waiting, Gaimin are not. They're just forcing it.
Dive in tier 2s again with the numbers. 4 heroes. It just makes a fist that continues to pound Azure Ray into the dirt, and much more damage, and they'll be out of a grand finals.
Starting to build as well. Glimmer obvious on these two supports. Oh, Quinn's just running around with a shield.
Look at him, he's diving underneath tier 2.
I mean, what's
just
fear?
to farm some creeps.
You always have this Shadow Demon to bail you out. Azure Ray still want to make this play. They are smoked here. Low is kind of nearby, but he doesn't have an Eclipse.
I mean, there's a fast kill that they can get onto Seleri, but they whiff. Okay, Seller's going to run deeper into many of these heroes, but the Rolling Thunder is going to come through.
Not even dead.
Win again, another disruption, while Tianming is going to be rolled over pretty easily. Seleri somehow still alive. The coil is not quite enough. Both supports are low. XM will finish him off both. He is low on mana, though. XinQ also in trouble. Nice double stun. That's going to lead into a beautiful setup for XXS. He's going to grab that Pango, slam him down, and they get a big kill. 2 for 3 to the favor of Azure Rays. They finally get a core.
I cannot believe Low did not go to that fight. He was here the whole time.
Yeah, he was just like, no, guys, not me.
I guess he made the right call, and his team did not need him. They get the 3 for 2 trade. They get the Pangolier at the end of it. God damn, does Seleri survive for a long time here, right? And this is why you need all of your ults up to make these plays, because it's a struggle. The defensive early items from the supports doing a lot of work in these engagements. That said, XinQ is still having his way in these fights, right? The amount of stuns, mind flayers he's getting off, pure value. Spell does a lot of damage, and he buys the Dagon off of that. Probably the most aggressive item choice you can make here for the Knicks, but one that will pay off if you can find the big core burst.
Yeah, one thing that was Azure Ray did seem like they were waiting for was there was a lot of items that were coming in like that Dagon. There was also the, well, Blink Dagger for XM that he had completed in the last minute or two. So a lot of things are coming up for Azure Ray. We'll see how they change their play.
Nanta for Low, maybe he's more willing to join fights, and that Shiva's for XXS. Yeah, a lot of stuff coming together right now. But I'm looking at XinQ, right? I feel like these fights have been around him finding an initiation, getting multiple mind flares off. Now he has a dag, and the burst potential is really high off this Vendetta.
Yeah, do not underestimate the power of Nyx's Assassin. I feel like this guy is crazy
he's
strong
just running
right
it. This is so bold. The chances.
And he's going to find it right away. The fast kill on a Tofu. Is he really going to get out? No, no chance.
He's happy.
Barrels in, finds a kill, and dies.
I mean, he's happy about that other than you're giving Slark stacks.
Yeah.
like the only downside in the straight, but you're making space, you're trading 1 for 1.
Oh, Quinn, he might be running into a trap set by Azure Ray. They're going to come down from that high ground, but Quinn, he knows what's coming now.
That's a hard go. You just don't really have that solid of initiation and follow-up, especially when there's utility waiting behind.
They did get a tower out of that, though. Low pushed in the top lane.
Yeah, Low's continuing to accelerate. It's XXS who's falling behind in this game, right? All 3 of Gaimin's cores are having a pretty good time here. They're all getting into their next set of 2-3 damage items. It's the Primal Beast who's falling behind. The Knicks can pick up some of that slack, but I mean, are you happy being a walking Shivas at 21 minutes? Feels like you need a bit more here.
Yeah, and if he can't survive in fights, it means that BKB is going to be more and more delayed. Another TP out from Azure Ray that is successful.
dryacho
doing those a lot.
looking on the puck. I mean, his Axe is done, so he has poke potential.
Yeah, he's going to be grabbed. No dark pack actually going off, so he's going to be chain silenced and out.
Where was the pact?
Yeah, I mean, you said it yourself. He's like, he's got the Aghanim Scepter, he's got these pounces. Maybe it's just a moment of overconfidence.
Quinn's supposed to press that dark pack? It'll cost him here. Really big death, because that was his Axe, so he was like playing the poke game. Maybe he just thinks, okay, I'm going to bait out some primal spells and live. Didn't see that the puck was there, but whatever it was a dryacho death for sure. So it's going to give some space on the map for Azure Ray.
Big slip up, but Game of Gladiators are not going to slow down. They actually make a smoke play that Low completely does not see coming. That surprises Azure Ray. They just got to pick off the enemy carry, and Game of Gladiators is smoking into their triangle. Who could have seen that?
And that one feels better, because you have all your cores accelerating right now, and the Luna was the one who was cleaning up the map for Azure Ray. So when you take Low off this map, the GPM just dies. Whereas dryacho, he's going to come right back. He's going to run at you. Going to continue to look for the vision. Will not find this ward.
Ming underneath the ward, spotted. Got Firefly, and he's got Lasso. There's only so far he can drag him. They do have a bit of burst damage. They're going to try for it. Yeah, the Shattered Demon low. The slam, it might just be enough. Nace is going to get low. Shattered Demon Disruption protects himself for now, and they got the Glimmer Gave off. He's going to be okay, and now it's Azure Ray. We're going to be run down. Quinn and dryacho see all these heroes without spells. Shattered Demon does die in the end, but it is well worth it.
Yeah, XM, the only one able to clean up anything there, as this Timbersaw is way too tanky, man. Solar Crest Glimmer has just done so much work in this game so far from the 2 supports. I mean, you don't even have the Depth Shroud yet, right? That's going to be another problem in the fight. This Sark Luna matchup is not easy at all. So far, it's just been Ace leading the charge.
Whoa, dryacho! There is a coil to grab him here, and he already used Dark Pack, so he's going to have to sit here for a bit, wait for the next round of it.
Yeah, they still
Actually
damage
pulls
alive.
Seleri a little out of position, though. It's 2,000 HP!
Once
What the hell?
This Maiden has found a Pupil's Gift and is just upping the HP with the talent.
Radiant's bottom
Gem
tower is
now
under attack.
online. Seleri bought it, gave it to dryacho, so once more the vision is guaranteed here.
There's something not right about that.
Oh, I was gonna say it, but I'll let you. Yeah. I'm a certified Crystal Maiden.
Level 14, 2100 HP. He's got Tranquil Boots and his Solar Crest.
It's the Caribou. It's the Vendetta.
It's the Vendetta hit. There's all your damage. And Quinn's like, okay, I got a shield rope. This is fantastic for me. Please go on me. XXS can only do so much here. Now, XM is going to try and clean up some of the back line, while XXS tries to make a run for it. Quinn actually doesn't try and chase him down, surprisingly.
Yeah,
He calls it quits.
Get out of there with everybody in a kill.
Wow.
Awkward exchange, but works out for XinQ.
I mean, it works out really well for Azure Ray because they have 2 heroes, again, on Gaming Gladiator side of the map. We're just farming away. Don't want to get caught now, though.
Decent job maintaining an okay economic position game, right? Given the consequences.
Yeah. Low is just about to finish up BKB. He's got a TP away, but the pounce, the second one is going to be there. Fakes out the Eclipse, now drops it, but of course, dryacho, he can just wait. He's in trouble. He's got his ultimate.
His middle tower looks to be disintegrating.
Nothing you can do there.
Ah, XinQ goes for that fast one, but these supports are tankier than he anticipates.
Double Pupil's Gift. Not your friend, XinQ.
I was going to say, Nyx Assassin does crazy damage. The problem is that the meta, all of these heroes have been tanking up so damn much. Seleri commits his life to get 6 Lotuses.
He'll use them.
He'll immediately use it onto the freezing field. How is he still up, man? This guy's so tanky. He eventually dies, but he's done some serious damage to Gaimin. He's got a hide, but dryacho spotted him with that nighttime vision. He'll find his victim.
XM should be good here.
Oh, that was close. When XM got really low too. Quinn.
Man, these supports take so much to bring down. Double pupils give double HP talents, because that Shadow Demon has a 12 strength talent as well, right? You're basically looking at like an extra 550 HP on these two supports from the neutral items, plus the 10 talent. Then you have the utility on top of it. Very annoying for the backline killers, which is a big component of Azure Ray's teamfight. Get on the supports, kill them first, set the fight up for the Luna to come in, presumably with a strong BKB timing. As Low is closing in on it, that has got to be the signal to have him join the 5-on-5. He has the levels. Has a level 3 Eclipse now. Like, he can have a huge impact in these fights. There's no real BKBs on the side of Gaimin yet. If you get caught in the Nick stuns, there's an Eclipse coming down. That's what the team fight should look like for Azure Ray, whereas Gaimin just want to force the issue around dryacho. Let the Slark go in with the night vision, with the gem. Let him poke with pounces.
The magic damage burst gets bigger and bigger.
Back to the cliff. I mean, it's inevitable, it appears.
dryacho struggling with it. He does manage to get that D-ward, but they blew a base. That's what I was talking about. The fresh item pickup for the puck. Parasma adding an extra 20% damage when this Nyx assassin goes in. They are just amping each other up.
It's actually a disgusting amount of reduction, right? Because you have this Parasma reduction, but XinQ also got the shard on the Nyx.
Yeah, 17% one way, 20% another.
Yeah.
And really, if you look at the tankiness of the supports compared to the cores, he managed to land that one. He's got plenty of abilities, though. He's got Blink Dagger, and he has Coil, too, if he wanted to try for a punish. Nobody of Azure Ray is close by, though. That's because they're trying to do Roshan right now, or at least they're setting up for it.
And XM was also playing with Gropo. That's even more magic resistance increase. And he swapped it for Ceremonial Robe, which is also a magic resistance reduction item. Azure Ray just stacking magic resistance reduction very sneakily, and it's catching these heroes off guard. You're building the damage up, and now you're going to Roshan off that first kill. This is how you want to play a Nyx lineup. Get the core kills into objectives. That's how the hero plays the map. Right now it's working out, and XinQ is just starting to level that Dagon. If you get hit by this puck, right click plus the Vendetta, you might just spawn. Like, yeah, it is going to be instant in terms of the burst.
That's what I was thinking. What's the point of going after a 2,000 HP support when somebody like dryacho has 2,500 HP?
It's just a better target.
Yeah, you don't need to try and Nyx Assassin solo some supports. Just pair up with your puck and you can blow up cores together.
There'll be a smoke from Gaimin trying to reclaim some of the map. They do not care about this Aegis. That says a lot about how strong they think they are right now. Ray continuing to just flip the map a bit. Luna Illusions doing the work on the lanes. They're just going to push in top, see dryacho, so they're pretty confident that no move is going to be made without the Slark in it. But that got XXS to his BKB. He was the hero I thought was going to fall behind in this game. He's still behind, but I feel like his items are a bit more reliable now with this BKB, because there isn't any real BKB pierce unless you want to throw the Purge into him. And it'll be a smoke that's expiring for Gaimin on Azure Ray's triangle.
See,
dodged.
It's all about the initiation. If they can get behind Azure Ray, kill some of these heroes that are not low, they'll have no problem dealing with the double.
On his favorite spot.
To pick up his BKB. It's in his backpack, too, or his courier, rather.
I don't know, man. Just stop going there, dude. I feel like he's died 8 times around this cliff. It's just not working. That part of the map is sheer death, but he did finish the BKB, so he's probably not too sad about that death right there. You gotta remember, that was like a 5-man smoke across the map twice.
Yeah, they're gonna go again. Game of Gladiators.
They just want the team fight.
There's something about this team, they really like chain smoking.
Well, I don't know if you can say that, man.
Slowed down by the Diffuser Blade, and the dust is gonna last long enough. They'll finish him off with ease.
Good pickoff. I think any fight where Nyx is gone, Gaimin are happy. He has caused them a lot of problems. And again, they don't have a BKB buying lineup. Like, Quinn can go in with the Rolling Thunder. He's happy, but Ace and dryacho will suffer versus the Carapace Impale here. And it's Scotty for dryacho, like saying, yeah, he is strong right now, man. 3,000 HP. They got the Luna disruption.
Yeah, that's going to be some deadly illusions. They do manage to go dark hack. dryacho. Ming sees his opportunity. dryacho gets overly aggressive. Quinn, if they can grab him here with the Eclipse, yeah, they've got him. Azure Ray.
Huge turnaround. And another Dark Pact ult that just never got off for dryacho as he gets silenced by XM.
Way too aggressive. Ming.
That's a gem.
He knows it too.
Yeah, that's a gem down on top of it all. XM's just had his number in the fights. There's no way around it. He's not getting caught by anything crazy. It's just the silence setting up the chain stun and then Azure Ray going, well, Dark Pact, right, guys? Okay. I'll take the Slark. That was his Scotty timing. That was 3,000 HP that melted in the blink of an eye before the saves could come out, right? Yep. And that's the danger of dryacho going super deep. He's pulling the fight away from the saves and the Shadow Demon disruption. Like, imagine you disrupt the Slark there. He might be able to get ult off and survive through some extra AoE magic damage.
And it's a dangerous lineup to give these kind of fights to, because you know Luna's just going to take a ton of objectives anytime they are clearly stronger. He's got the level 20 talent, like he is in the full swing of things. This next like 5 to 10 minutes is where Luna just takes some serious butt.
His next item is going to be the real damage item, right? It's going to be Daedalus here for low. He has Aegis for another minute 30. Q is continuing to scout the map. He's giving so much information off these Vendettas. Look at where the sentries and the obs are for Gaimin. They're on Azure Ray's side because they've been winning this game. They've been playing aggressive, but they just lost Gem. You lose some map control, and suddenly, if XinQ can ever get to your side of the map, he's going to be really happy. Yeah, this Nyx is feeling it for sure.
A little bit of breather here for Gaimin Gladiators. They're going to take their Tormentor. Something nice for Seleri to work with. Slight change to that shard. Crystal Clone, which he can now actively make it go off by Crystal Novaing it.
They're coming to play.
And we'll see if it ever comes into play.
It'll be a Hex for Ace. Again, you got to look towards Ace to win this next fight, right? He's their leader in network, but he's also the hero that's going to go in and set the fight up in terms of who's the damage going on. And now with the Hex, who are you disabling?
His bottom tower has fallen.
Hex choice over BKB. Same goes with like dryacho and his choice of Scotty over BKB.
Right.
These choices really come back to bite them in this moment.
Right. They win or lose you games. It now is Linken's for Quinn. Items are aligning here for Gaimin. They're happy to force the engagement.
Gotta be careful. Oh, big hit by Quinn. He's gonna try and chain it, but XM does manage to face shift, dodge, and get out into the river. There's more damage.
His Arcane Rune, though. This Puck's a god right now. Is this a fight you want to take?
It's gonna be a tough one for sure. They spot low. They start going on to him. He's already down to half health. A little bit of trouble here. He's got his BKB still to work with.
Yeah, but he's getting
dryacho's gonna try and face him down. The physical damage isn't good enough.
They're all gone.
He hops away, but the rest of his team has been blown up.
The magic damage coming through off these amps is just ridiculous right now. These supports can no longer survive. The tankiness has gone out the window. And again, I go back to the question of, that was an Arcane Rune Puck. They saw it, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you're giving like full 5-man respect to it, but this is the best Arcane Rune hero in the game.
Maybe that's one downside of Gaimin Gladiators. You know, their aggression, which is always a boon for them. But in a situation like that, it seems like they just can't stop it.
It's also low just holding his BKB for so long. It like baited dryacho in more because he felt like he was going to get the kill. But again, it pushes the backline of Gaimin into the clutches of this Primal and Nyx.
Yeah.
And they just disintegrate you. This Dagon, it has done some work for XinQ. He also has a Grove Boat. They are seriously stacking this magic resistance reduction. Whew. And he has Blink now, almost level 18. He took the Mind Flare talent as well, so he is just playing for the damage. New level 10 Vendetta talent as well. So 2 damage talents going to the Nyx over stun duration. He wants to pop you, and he has been popping you.
Yeah, usually you think about Nyx Assassin against Timbersaw just chain stunning him, but in this case, he's just going to pop you.
Yeah, he's going to stun you in the foul.
Oh god, the Dark Pact. They see their opportunity. dryacho's dead again. Another gem going the way of Azure Ray.
That is level 18 for XinQ. Second gem off the board means even more freedom for this Nyx. They are losing a lot on the map, and they are running out of places to run to. As Low has finished that Daedalus, now he's finished an entire Hurricane Pike. He is absolutely massive. He is well ahead of the pack now, as he has double disjoint between Manta Pike and I guess BKB triple here. It's gonna be a hard target to latch on.
Radiant are scanning for enemies.
Here, Azure Ray
pulling the noose.
You know that you're ahead. You know that you're winning this game.
Dire's middle tower looks to be
The next step is taking out some of these outer towers, right, and securing that next Roshan.
Look at this base ward.
Dire's middle tower.
They know there's no gems left. Sentry's running low.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little difficult when you don't have Blink Dagger and just a Force Stab, but they're gonna hit the high ground. It's dangerous though. They can't afford XM to get back off. They break through the lane. The Carapace is on his son on him, but now a phase shift with the BKBs going off for some of the other heroes. XXS diving in,
Ace
trading
trouble.
Ace bringing down the supports while Ace in the front line gets blown up by the magic damage once again.
Dryacho is not alive for 5 more seconds. You got caught in a 4v5. You started, and XinQ is looking to finish it.
Yeah, he sees the numbers advantage, and he'll take any fight he can get. It'll trade him his life, but the Shadow Demon is now gone.
Look at the
Now
glaives.
comes Dryacho, already being broken. The glaives are out. Dryacho
he's
has
not
to
doing
respect those
shit,
glaives.
man. He does not touch low at all. And low is coming for your buildings. Elven Tunic, extra evasion on this Luna plus the shard. He is deceptively tanky right now. What is the answer? You don't have this Timber for 45. He has no buyback on the Shadow Demon. Low is gonna push this for sure. He's almost level 25 himself. Oh, Gaimin, you are in a tough game 4.
I love that Azure Ray not going back for Roshan with the 30 seconds left on Ace. They say, you can't do anything about this. We're going to take 2 lanes.
Dryacho poking down XM, but can you kill this puck? He's been such a nuisance in the fights, and that'll be a second lane of racks for Azure Ray as they back out. Knowing Roshan can spawn here, they're going to make the discipline play. Wait for their nicks. And if you're Gaimin, yeah, you are stuck in a rough spot as Azure Ray are feeling this game 4, and they know they're 1 Roshan away from turning this into an even series.
Oh yeah, Gaimin Gladiators. This is going to be how they have to change the game. Playing for this Roshan pit. Both teams are going to be heading for it.
Have to find the start off this Hex. And you need the vision, man. The vision has been killing you. XinQ is just getting way too good of initiation. Level 4 on the Dagon and a Satanic for low. This Luna is absolutely out of control in terms of survivability. I do not think Dryacho can man fight him directly. You're gonna have to kill the other heroes. It's now shifted towards Gaimin. They need to find the supports. They need to create a numbers advantage. And XXS, he has 4,600 HP.
He's huge. And he's going to run
that is
right into Gaimin Gladiators. They do not want to be fighting this bad boy. And they got the coil on it too. A perfect setup for XXS. And now try and follow up. They got the Timber Stop, pulling him into Lazo with the Eclipse going out. He doesn't have the magic resistance to stop this one. He dies. XXS will take anybody else he can grab. They have to go for the buybacks. Gaimin Gladiators. Oh, the Lucent Beam comes through to finish him off.
These Mind Flayers, man, absolutely shredding heroes. They have no answer for the supports right now. No answer for the front line and no answer for low. A buyback from the Maiden will yield nothing as this Aegis is going to go into Luna's pocket. She hit level 25 as well, so more Lunar Blessing damage. That is more damage for XinQ as well as he's hunting.
He doesn't know! He doesn't know! XinQ catches him again!
How many times has he just found cores on the map? And you go back to the gem losses for Gaimin, right? How much has that paid off? That they got 2 gems out of this Slark. They are feeling it now as they're in the stages of closing out this game 4, forcing it to a game 5.
Ladies and gentlemen,
with a Dagon 5.
Dagon 5 complete for XinQ.
Not an item we have seen a lot in competitive Dota, but it has been working out beautifully here. And he's looking for the Kaya. More spell, more damage.
And who needs to hit the tier 2 bottom lane when you can go straight for the throat? Go for the tier 4s, hit the Ancient, demand the Gaimin Gladiators. Use any buybacks they have, but they don't have flip, they don't have buybacks. They have no way to be able to stop this, and we are going to a game 5.
You could not ask for anything more for this crowd right now as Azure Ray strike back in a game 3, close out a game 4 that looked like it was going to be tough to play the map in against the Slark with the night vision. But damn, do I go back time and time